Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Queen Temi here. I know I've been gone for a long time. It's like I always take these hiatus. But today I'm back. I'm back today with a talk for you guys. Let me give you guys a little update of my life. You guys, I graduated college last month, almost a month ago now. I graduated with my bachelor's degree in information science and data science, and yeah, I'm so excited to graduate. Like, I graduated early and I'm so proud of myself. And yeah, what else? I feel like that's the biggest thing that's updated in my life, you know. So many things have happened, but I think that this is the biggest, and I'm so grateful to God for everything. So I've been thinking a lot lately, and I've been thinking about how, like, you know, how sometimes it gets frustrating when, like, it feels like you have a plan or a goal in your head, and it's like you haven't achieved the goal, you haven't achieved it. And it's like you're watching other people, maybe they're around your age range, and you're watching them, and they're, you know, maybe they're doing whatever you want to do. And sometimes it's like, I don't know, it kind of hurts. Because it's like, you're like, when is it going to be my turn? When is it going to be my turn to be at this podium, at this platform? When is it going to be my turn to, you know, to get that goal? It's like, what's going on? I'm working, I'm trying. What is the problem? And I just want to let you guys know that, like, in those cases, it is very important not to give up. And I know that this sounds so cliche, but I was just sitting down and thinking, and just like, I was actually watching a show, and I saw, like, people, you know, around my age range living a life that I would love to be living. And I'm just like, what? How come these people are doing this? How? But, you know, just thinking about it, you know, sitting down thinking, like, and even hearing their stories, it's like they, you know, they didn't sit around and were just hoping, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get to a goal, I'm gonna do this, you know, I'm gonna be famous, I'm gonna do this. But, like, they didn't just sit down and do nothing. They actually had the goal in mind, and they worked towards those goals, and, like, they were always persistent and consistent, you know, persistent and consistent. Remember that in this whole, you know, video. So they were always persistent and consistent, working towards their goals. So, like, I just, you know, I was just like, wait, you know, what about me? You know, sometimes I'm using myself as an example. Sometimes I have a goal in mind, and, like, I will work, you know, I can work really hard for it for maybe a short period of time, and maybe it doesn't work out, and my work ethics just starts to, like, deteriorate. And it's like, we can't, you know, that's not right for me to, like, you know, when my work ethic deteriorates, right? And then I'm just sitting down wondering, why aren't I at this level? Like, why aren't I here? And then it's like, you have to realize that, you know, your work ethic has deteriorated, so, like, some progress won't really be made. Like, does that make sense? Even with those little, like, steps that you were taking before, I mean, it may seem as a lot. Even with those steps, like, most of the time there was progress that was being made, but, like, or, like, there was a result happening. But then when you stop, you know, when you stop altogether, there's no result, there's no progress, there's nothing. You're just stagnant. Or, you know, if you reduce your work ethic, there's little progress, even sometimes with those, there's some things you have to also understand. There's some things, some goals in life that require you to put in a lot of work. You have to understand that there are some goals in life that, like, require you to put in a certain amount of work to even get a small result, especially when it's in a field when it's like a saturated environment. So, you know, sometimes when you're putting in work, you're putting in ethic, your work ethic deteriorates, and then you're just like, what's going on? Why aren't I seeing all these results? Blah, blah, blah. Comparing yourself to other people, which is terrible. Stop comparing yourself. But, yeah, and then, you know, you get frustrated, you quit, you give up, you go on to the next thing, the same thing happens. Like, one thing that I see in most of everybody who started from nothing to get to somewhere, that once again, they were consistent and they were persistent. Like, they put in work ethic, and it's like, it's not a type of work ethic that you put in, then you reduce, then you go up. You have to be consistent. You have to always be putting in work ethic enough. Once again, especially, there's some things that you have to constantly be putting in work ethic, be going more, trying to do more. Like, make sure that whatever goal that you have, that you're always putting effort, doing the best that you can. And like, you have to understand something. Okay, there is a law of the land that is called the law of sowing and reaping. You can't sit there and expect things to come to you, expect your goals to come to you when you're not even working for them at all. You should be putting in work ethic, enough work ethic, just like if you were already there. Like, you don't have to, it's not like, oh, when the goal comes, I'm gonna work harder, I'm gonna do this. No, because if you're not doing it right now, first, you're not gonna be ready for it. Like, that's why a lot of people, they get opportunities, things come their way, and then they miss the opportunity. Like, they let it go from their hand really quickly because, like, they were not prepared for those opportunities. They were overnight successes. And if you see so many overnight successes, they fail. It's the ones that like stay, that are overnight successes and stay on top, are the ones who constantly, they putting even though they were overnight, they put in work to stay there. And then a lot of people who look like they're overnight successes, guys, they actually aren't. Like, they have been working their butts off. It's just that one time something happened and they became overnight success, and then they chose to keep working hard and keep doing things, like, to stay there. Because guess what? When you're on top, when you get to that goal, you have to work hard to keep that goal as well. That's why sometimes I feel like God is preparing you. Like, you're working hard right now, like, so that when you get there, you'll have enough energy, enough knowledge, enough work ethic to retain that goal. You know what I'm saying? Because so many people, they get to a certain goal, they get it, and then guess what? They like let it go. Like, they stop working as hard. They think, oh my gosh, I have arrived. And then boom, like this, everything's gone. Like, when you also keep in mind, when you get to your goal, never have this I have arrived mentality. Because guess what? When you have that I have arrived mentality, what have you arrived at? You just got there. You're like, once you even get to a goal, you're like an underdog because there are other people at that certain position. And what I was saying about the law of sowing and reaping, don't expect to reap anything that you did not sow. You have to plant things in the ground before you harvest them. Guess what? There are different types of harvest, because based on the soil where you planted it, the kind of seed and the season it is. Sometimes it's not the right season. Sometimes you're not planting in the right soil, and sometimes you're not giving enough seed. Like, you're not putting enough down. Once again, that's why I said hard work, and there are other factors other than hard work, but let's just focus on hard work right now, which is a seed that you are sowing. If you sow a little bit of work, you're gonna reap, and then it's not the right season and it's not the right time, you're gonna reap a little. But if you sow at the right time, at the right season, and you sow a good amount, you're gonna reap a lot. And you continue to water your plant. You don't just sow and leave it there. You sow, you harvest. You sow, you water, you check on it, and you harvest. Like, you have to put in so many factors when you're working towards a goal. Like, and that's one thing that I'm telling myself, like, I can't expect yesterday's work to be what I'm living off of, like, to be the only thing that I'm living off of. Like, I have to put in the work for today to, in order to reap something. Like, today you may be reaping the harvest of a few days ago or a few years ago, but are you putting in work today for future cases, for the future, so that you could be reaping things in the future, the benefits in the future? You understand what I'm saying? One thing that I hate to see people do, and people do this all the time and it bothers me, always just leaving it up to God. Like, God has a responsibility in your life, but you got to get it into your head that You are a free immortal being. You have choice, okay? God did not just, like, God, it's like people think that God does every single thing. Like, no, he doesn't. Like, no, we are human beings. We have free will. We do things. We have the ability to do things. Like, God has already done what he needs to do. And the platform and the room for your success is already there. But you are not just going to sit there and be like, God has done it, I'm expecting it. No, you got to put in the work to do something. God has done this is one thing my pastor said. God has done, like, when you order on Amazon, you let's say you don't have Prime and you're paying for shipping. God has paid the price for you, right? You just have to pay the shipping and the taxes. So, like, that is your portion. You have a portion to do in your life, in your success as well. You have things that you have to do. And lastly, I would like to say, don't compare your success to other people. And this is one thing I always tell myself, because sometimes you catch yourself comparing yourself. Stop comparing yourself, because everybody does not have the same platform or the same goal or even the same way of getting there. Look at everybody who are at the goal, the people that you look up to, the people who are doing this thing that you're doing. They all did not have the same paths. They did not all go through the same journey. Like, you understand what I'm saying? They didn't all start from the same starting point. Like, everybody has a different journey. So stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop comparing your successes to other people's successes. Stop comparing yourself. Like, you're only gonna find yourself being depressed and sad when you continue to compare yourself to other people. So stop it. And also stop, like I was just trying to say, one of an enemy to some people's success is past successes. Like, stop always looking at the previous successes for validation. Like, you did something yesterday, a few days ago, last year, but stop living off of yesterday's success. Like, create new successes, work harder. You made a certain goal, but that doesn't mean that you should stop. You keep working, have new goals, have new heights, have new places to reach. So, like, in these cases, it is very, 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 very important to, like, not give up, not overlook yourself, and to continue to put in whatever work that you have to do. And yeah, that's all I have. So I hope you guys found this very useful. If you do, please leave a comment in the comment section. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.